Sister Maureen Courtney had the side of her head blasted off by an explosive device planted by the Contras. She was a volunteer, a Catholic missionary who ran a medical clinic for the impoverished Mixquito Indians of Nicaragua. The Contras set up an ambush and killed both Sister Maureen Courtney of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and also Sister Teresa Morales of Nicaragua. Engineer Benjamin Linder of Portland, Oregon, was also interested in helping the poor of Nicaragua. He went to Nicaragua as a volunteer to help that nation build dams and other edifices designed to make their life just a little easier. Sometimes he would dress as a clown and ride a unicycle to lead the children of farmers to the local vaccination clinic. There are different accounts as to how the Contras killed 27-year-old Benjamin Linder. Some say the Contras threw a grenade at Benjamin. Others say the Contras went to Benjamin's office and executed him at his desk. And some say he was kidnapped before he was executed, which leaves the possibility that he was tortured, torture being a favorite activity of the Contras. John McCain did not load and launch the explosives. John McCain supplied the explosives used to kill Benjamin Linder and Sister Maureen Courtney. Both Sister Maureen Courtney and Benjamin Linder were born and raised in the United States of America. They were American citizens who chose to volunteer and help the people of Nicaragua. They were among the best this country has to offer. They were rewarded by the Contras and by John McCain with a violent, early, bloody death. The Contras were terrorists, and John McCain sent his own money to these terrorists. This was reported by the Washington Post in 1988. John McCain wrote a personal check to send his and his wife's money to the terrorists in Nicaragua and Honduras. Furthermore, John McCain funneled money and guns and grenades and missile launchers to the terrorists through a right-wing fringe group. John McCain was a director on the board of this right-wing pro-death squad international fringe group. David and Elizabeth Linder traveled from Portland to Nicaragua to retrieve the body of their murdered son. They were confused and terribly aggrieved. Somehow Americans had funded terrorists who had killed their son. As the Linder family grieved Benjamin's murder, John McCain paid a friendly visit to the people who killed Benjamin. John McCain went to the Contras' own camps where the Contras killed people, tortured people, and raped children. Perhaps John McCain wanted to see what he was getting for his money. Perhaps McCain wanted to take orders for more guns and more grenades. McCain never really disclosed what he did in the terrorist camp, even though he used taxpayer money, to make his illegal visitation in 1987. We do know that McCain and two right-wing senators actually rallied the Contras, leading them in war cheers. Kill more American volunteers. Yeah. Whatever John McCain saw at the Contra camps, he liked it. He returned to the United States and went straight to the White House and demanded that Ronald Reagan send weapons to the Contra terrorists. Congress had been so sickened by the reports of rape, torture, and mass murder that they had banned military aid to the Contras through the Boland Amendments of 1982 and 1984. Those Americans who wished to personally send guns and money to the terrorists had to funnel money and guns through right-wing fringe groups. The central organization for supplying right-wing terrorists was the U.S. Council for World Freedom, a branch of an international right-wing terror organization that worked with Nazi collaborators and Central American death squads. John McCain sat on the board of directors of the U.S. branch of this terror organization. John McCain did something for this right-wing terrorist funding organization that no one else would or could. He lent them mainstream legitimacy so that they could raise money from Americans and other well-meaning people. If John McCain is on the board of directors and John McCain's name is on the letterhead, heck, give them $1 million. They must be good people. Why shouldn't we give money to McCain's organization? Why not ask David and Elizabeth Linder, or the family of Sister Maureen Courtney? John McCain and Sarah Palin repeat certain names over and over again. They believe that the Democratic candidate should take responsibility for an act that he had nothing to do with when the Democrat was 8 years old. John McCain was in his late 40s when he began shipping guns to terrorists in Nicaragua and Honduras. John McCain was 50 when his beloved Contras targeted and killed Benjamin Linder because Linder was trying to help the poor. John McCain had just turned 51 when a few months later he visited the illegal attack and torture camps of the Contras. John McCain was 51 when he and two congressmen actually rallied the Contras to go out there and kill, 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 further, harder, faster. 5 Central American nations had joined together to ban the Contras, but John McCain did not care. He demanded more arms for the Contras, more guns, more torture devices, whatever they needed. He got them for the Contras, and the Contras used them to blast the side of Maureen Courtney's head off of her neck and to murder Sister Teresa Morales. Bodies of torture victims are still being discovered at the Contra camp McCain rallied the terrorists at. Among the remains are yet more Americans.